Hello everyone, I'm BVG Hill. Welcome back to the Town of Light. Now last time this is where we left off, bringing good old creepy doll Charlotte to this place with all the lights in the surgery room of this asylum. Now, apparently this game only saves once per chapter or something like that, because when I started the game up, I could only pick chapters. There was no continue game option. So I don't know if I'm missing something.
It all began in the
or
observation
what. I don't
ward
know.
on the ground floor.
That was select. Select gives you hints, I guess. So she said that the observation ward where it all began is on the ground floor. Follow the creepy noises, I guess, right? Oh. Oh boy. Oh, this isn't creepy at all. Hello? Who's closing those doors? I just want to be your friends. You don't have to shut the door in my face. You know, that's not necessary. There's a hole in the floor. What? Why would I willingly go down that? I can't go backwards. Oh well. Oh shit, whoa. Okay, that's how it's gonna be then, huh? You're gonna play mind games with me. Oh boy. Oh man, now we're gonna walk up the wall, huh? Okay. If that's how it's gonna be. Oh god. This is cool though. Kinda sucks I can't look behind me. This is as much as I can look. Can't walk any faster than this at this point either. Woo! Excuse me. It's a lot of beds. It's no mattresses. I'm sure it's really uncomfortable to sleep on those, actually. Oh my, why are we here? Why are we here? What is... am I on a drug trip or something? Did I, like, step on a syringe of... I don't know.
One day I turned
hallucinogenic?
off the light, but it didn't go dark. It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light. I was 16 and I was afraid, always afraid. A fear that wore me down.
That lens flare, though.
I needed help, but I could not speak. Everything terrified me, even thinking.
Usually light is a good
They
thing.
were taking me to a place where the fear would go away. Where I would get better.
Those guys are lovely looking.
I stopped living in there.
My god.
They dragged me away and tore off all of my clothes. Every last stitch. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the
Was
bed.
that nudity just there?
For days.
Did I see a nipple? Oh, hello.
Alone with my nightmares.
I'm gonna have to check that in editing.
Anymore.
I might have to cut out like a split second that shows a nipple.
And when you're mad, you cease to exist.
Jeez, that lady over there's naked too. Jeez, it's not showing anything though. Thank goodness. So I'd rather not cut scenes out if at all possible. Oh. Oh, that was nudity. What am I... Hello?
She was my only hope in this hell. I was falling down amongst the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
Maybe I could try to figure out how to blur in my editing software. That would probably be the better solution to this. Rather than have to cut parts of cutscene out, I could just blur to figure out how to do that. Okay, now we're here. So this place must have been pretty brutal.
The door's locked from the outside. Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
Okay, so they just lock us in here. No. No. Who's in here with me? Was that Charlotte? Charlotte, did you let me out? Well, if you did, thank you. It's down here. What's in the refectory? I'm not even sure what it... Charlotte. It was you that let me out, wasn't it? You following me? Hi, Charlotte. Oh, another naked lady. What is going on? Hello? Oh my god. This is horrible. Is this how things really were back then? Oh my god. How could they let people live in these this kind of environment? That's fucked up, man. And that dude, his second chin is like bigger than my head. Oh god. Why am I following this creepy dude all by myself? This is not going to end well. Because I'm following him to the bathrooms. Are you serious right now? This can't end well. There's no situation in which this can be a good thing. I just hope I don't see a big donger from that guy. I don't want to see a donger. Hello? Bathtub?
He laughed, panted, latched over me.
Oh, come on.
It hurt
You
when he touched
sick
me.
motherfucker.
I thought I'd split apart suddenly with a loud thud, shattered into pieces.
This game.
I felt fragile, sick, dirty,
Oh, no.
filthy. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the boss in the realm of light. I was devoured by the evil I had done. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. My God, those medical examinations. The doctors said there was something inside me.
I'm gonna need to put a trigger
which they
warning
would
at the
have
beginning of
dragged
this
out
one.
of me. My God.
When I started this game, I knew it was gonna be like brutal, but I didn't think it was gonna be this brutal. Oh man. That is so fucked up. Pardon my language, but good grief. Dude. Oh, I hope that guy dies. I really do. You know, and I don't care if someone thinks that's harsh or not. I hope that quintuple-chinned piece of shit, I hope he dies. Cut his donger off first and let him bleed out. I feel like that's an apt punishment. Cut off the donger and just let him sit there and bleed to death. He brought it upon himself. I mean, seriously. But enough of that. This game is going to be a little controversial to have on the channel. I'm going to have to learn how to blur things, for starters. That'll be fun. It's messed up. It is. But this game is telling a story. A story that you can tell that the developers of this game were very passionate about it. And so far, I think they've done a very good job conveying this very dismal, depressing tale. But anyways, dear director, I've been working in this institute for 5 years now. I'm a simple person, I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I always try to look on the bright side, but sometimes we have to do difficult things. That's our duty, and while I understand and accept it, there is no alternative. However, I have decided to write to you because something is happening which is not acceptable. I am well aware that among us there is someone who dedicates too much attention to the younger female patients that are confused. The serious nature of this fact has spurred me on to write to you. I am certain of your indignation and of the measures you will adopt to solve the problem. Please accept my fondest regards and respect. Okay, so I guess someone caught on to the fact that Quintuple Chin there is scum of the earth and is preying on these women in this place that are already in a compromising position because of their mental state, and he's making it even worse by doing the things that we just witnessed. I feel really uncomfortable. It's a very serious subject, but hopefully this game ends well.
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations. That's what gave her the strength to survive.
Who's Renee? Was Renee the one that wrote the note? There's a lot of what looks to be blood on these mattresses and pillows. Oh boy. This game's gonna get darker and darker as it goes, isn't it?
They went to the gynecology ward on the first floor.
Oh no. I don't like how that sounds, guys. Gynecology ward? After what we just saw on the other one? Please don't get any more fucked up than you already are, game. Please.
(21/08/1938). Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I am referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl eluded our control and caused trouble in the park almost 3 months ago. The nurses should pay more attention. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll sort things out, don't worry. We don't want to make things any worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy and that the illness was all in her head. Be careful, little girl. Be careful. I was scared and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I'm writing? I write down what I see about you. Everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her. But he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Oh boy.
The doctor who wrote things down was in surgery C.
Surgery C? This one? More drugs. I don't know Italian, so I apologize. It's like a reflex hammer. Oh boy.
12th March 1938. Renee T, 16 years old, Menarche at the age of 12, housewife, father unknown, mother a seamstress. Admitted for observation
Housewife
yesterday
at
morning
12.
from Pontedera, accompanied by a police
my
officer
God.
authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for psychiatric evaluation, which has been executed by me. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she has tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We shouldn't read this document. It's forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there'll be trouble.
So we are Renee? Okay.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, you must have wondered. I never had children, I think. Let's read it. I need to understand. I need to remember. She is scared, hears noises and spirits, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, has a distressed expression, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand properly. She has not felt well for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. She always scares me. She chases me. Why are you here?" I had argued with my mother, and I was so disturbed by the shock that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children were whispering, calling my name. 16th March. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake.
Jesus.
4th April. Transferred to the quiet ward, still under my supervision. Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done. Like witches, at the stake. 21st April. She is more awake this morning and responds to questions. She complains of headaches. She became emotional when she found out that her mother was there. She says that one day, years earlier, when she was with a friend of hers, she met a guy who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. There, she was made to smoke cigarettes and drink spirits, and that guy showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says that he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep it a secret. These details were roughly confirmed by her mother. After that, she became domineering, impatient, and hostile to her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public, going from laughter to tears without warning. She rants, masturbates. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know that I deserve to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then.
Oh man, the controversy on this.
She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped. She remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost absent. Probable hallucinations. 25th April. Confused ideas, unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal. Reactive pupils. Let's find Amara and we'll find the full medical record.
Did I finish chapter 5? I don't know. This is turning out to be a much more serious Let's Play than I thought it was going to be. You know, I'm going to have to end it here because I'm out of time. But to think that fucked up stuff like this actually happened at some point is unfathomable to someone, you know, of my age in, you know, 2016. Stuff like this just doesn't happen. Well, I'm sure, unfortunately, I'm sure stuff like this does still happen somewhere in the world. Because there's always going to be scum and degenerates that thrive off of doing sick shit like this. Unfortunately, there's always going to be people like that. As much as the world would be bettered to be without them. But to think that stuff like this, you know, back in the early 1900s and before, stuff like this was somewhat common. And it was just allowed to happen. In facilities like this where, you know, they were supposed to be caring for these people and helping them get through, you know, whatever issues that they have. You know, this is a mental institution. It's supposed to help guide people through tough times, but it wasn't uncommon, apparently, back, you know, 100 years ago, for the employees of these institutions to take advantage of the patients in their fragile state. And that is messed up, because in today's world, and I have the fortune of having the life that I have, that stuff like this doesn't happen, you know? And if stuff like this does unfortunately happen, then the people responsible for it will, you know, they'll pay for it in some way or another. They will pay for it. A lot of the time, in my opinion, they don't pay for it as much as they should. Like, for doing something like this, taking advantage of people in these ways, when they're in situations like this, I think just going to prison is not enough. And I did mention that earlier. Just going to prison for taking advantage of these people is not enough, is not harsh enough of a punishment for them. I don't know how you guys feel. This is going to be a really controversial video. I don't know how I feel about putting this up, but I'm probably going to put it up anyways. And I feel bad saying it's good, because the things happening in this game aren't good, obviously, but at the same time, it's very well made. And I think that lends to passing the message more clearly as to how well it's made. You could tell that the studio put a lot of time and effort into telling this story, and I can respect that. You know, that they took the risk taking a subject like this that's so controversial, and I am going to keep playing this game. I know I've sounded skeptical a few times in putting this up, but I think I am going to put it up. I'm just going to have to be very careful how I edit it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know, I feel weird asking if you enjoyed it. If you found this video interesting or entertaining on some level, hit the like button down below. If you really found it entertaining, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment letting me know what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, and let me know what your feelings on stuff like this is, what your opinions are. And if this video made you feel deeply uncomfortable and made you feel feelings of disgust towards the quintuple chin guy, then make sure to share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, random people you meet on the street or the internet, whatever floats your boat. And I'll see you in the next one. See you later.